Hey, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple choosing a more intentional way of living, one decision at a time.
After burning out from the nonstop grind of running our business, we realized adventure doesn't have to look loud, expensive, or extreme to matter.
Sometimes it looks like letting go, starting over, asking harder questions, or figuring things out as you move along.
We discuss life's challenges, the small shifts that change everything, and the everyday choices that help us live with less physical clutter and mental noise.
You'll hear honest conversations, thoughtful stories, and reminders that a meaningful life is built in the in-between moments, not just the highlight reel.
This is the Arner Adventures podcast, where life itself is the adventure. Well, hello there, everybody.
Hi there, everybody. I hope everybody had a decent weekend after springing forward and losing an hour.
The good news is it's spring, right? Are we officially in spring, Jer?
No, the first day of spring is March the 20th.
Okay, but we're in meteorological spring, right?
Meteorological spring started on March 1st, Shannon, yes. So there's a 3-week interim period. It's kind of like what I call pre-spring.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jerry, and on to sports.
Well, the Phillies are training in clear... Oh, you were...
Yeah, I was just being funny.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, and I jumped right in.
That's okay. Well, as you can see, spring has sprung in the Arner household.
It certainly has. Certainly has, love. Here we are, a lovely Saturday morning. We got a little coffee, and we've had some great spring weather so far.
Yeah. And Bee just barked. If you didn't hear that, she's excited about this too.
She is.
I wanted to answer a couple of questions because this is really the only place we've been talking about it right now. Before we get into today's topic, is our big lifestyle change again. You know, we made our big, if you're new here, we made our big lifestyle change, which really started Arner Adventures back in 2017, where we sold everything, moved to the coast in a tiny little cottage, and started our new lifestyle of just, you know, really enjoying life more than the stuff and the 24/7 and all, you know, the whole thing that we were doing, and really damaging our health, mental health, physical health. But we are getting ready to have another change. And so I've been answering some questions of you all who we teased this a little bit. I think it was maybe the first episode of the year that we talked about how we're going tiny, like tiny. And I don't know if we've talked about where, but we're moving to Western North Carolina. Mm-hmm. We have experienced the coast and the beach for a few years, and now we're going to experience mountain life.
We sure are, and with plenty of good reasons. We've done a lot more work out there, and there's family out there, and we'll be closer to airports out there, so we can travel. Because that's what we do. Yeah,
we do need to be closer to an airport. Right now, we're about 3 hours from the major, about an hour and a half from another bigger one, and then about an hour from a small one that doesn't have as many flights as we would love. So, yeah, it's going to be a good change for us. We're excited for the pets. We're excited for us. And so more to come. We're going to be sharing a lot more as this transition happens. And, of course, we're downsizing again, and we're excited about that. So, that's kind of the update on it, but we'll give more information as it comes along. You know that time of year when the air finally cools down and suddenly you want to live in a blanket?
Yeah, that's basically my cue to grab the Cozy Earth sheets and never leave bed.
Ooh, same. Cozy Earth has been our favorite sustainable brand for years now. Their bamboo fabric feels incredible, and it actually lasts. No pilling, no fading, just that perfect feeling every night.
And it's not just the sheets. Their loungewear and robes have been road trip essentials for us this season.
Road trip and at home essentials, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you can grab our discount link at arneradventures.com/Cozy Earth. That's just no spaces, Cozy Earth, to save on your own Cozy Earth favorites.
That's right. Treat yourself sustainably this cozy season and all year long.
I guess we should get into today's topic.
Shall we?
Yeah. What is it, Jer?
Well, today's topic is the energy leaks you're ignoring.
Yeah, it's a topic.
And you are ignoring them.
You are
ignoring them. If you're listening, you're ignoring them.
It's about those days that you look at your calendar and you're like, I'm not even that busy. I don't even feel like I have that much going on, but you're still exhausted. And it's not like I need a nap tired. It's more like mentally drained. We talk about mental clutter a lot here and the effects that it can have. And, the whole thing can be confusing since nothing dramatic has happened and you can't really explain why you're feeling tired. But that's how we've started, noticing the small things, those energy leaks that are happening.
It's the little unresolved things that just sit there, and they sit there, boy. They're not urgent or dramatic, but quietly on your mind all day. We've coined the phrase energy leaks, or somebody else probably coined it. We're borrowing it.
Yeah, I think Jerry and I do in our house a lot call them energy vampires, which I think a lot of people have heard, but energy sucks. Like there are a lot of people who can be energy vampires, but there's things that feel the same way. And so we're going to call those energy leaks.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So energy leaks, they're not always about the overworking. It's not like, a lot of times you'll be tired and you go, oh my gosh, am I getting burned out? We're not talking about that. These are just like feeling drained. You can't figure out why. We're going to compare it to when we were running our business that was 24/7. We were tired all the time. That was burnout. Burnout felt normal. But now that our life is slower and more intentional, there can be times that we do feel depleted. And it's like, well, we're not burned out. We're very intentional about making sure that we don't have that feeling again. Our health is more important to us now, mental and physical. But that's when you realize it's not the big things. It's sort of those we've talked about this, the unleft things, the half-made decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this email we keep reopening but don't answer. The thing we agreed to that we don't actually want to do, or the things, I should say.
Yeah.
The conversation felt weird, but we never addressed it. The thought of we should figure that out soon just kind of hangs in the air. Everybody does that. Yeah. So none of it feels like a crisis, but it sticks with you.
Definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that just is there that you don't even consciously think of.
Yeah.
It comes up and bites you and becomes an energy leech.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So mental clutter, that's really what we're talking about here.
Uh-huh.
So mental clutter is the sneaky thing. We talk about decluttering closets all the time. Mental clutter can be almost worse. You can't see it, but you can feel it. So we have described it this way before, Jer, about the open browser tabs, like on your laptop or whatever, and you've got all these open browsers, and it's a lot of clutter. It's a lot of clutter on your laptop. It's a lot of clutter on your phone, and it's the same way in your brain. So the notes app list that keeps growing, the decision you're putting off for weeks, but you don't want to let anybody down. Every unfinished task takes a little bit of your attention, and your attention is energy. So you might not even notice it right away, but it shows up if you snap at someone over nothing, or you feel overwhelmed by something minor. Like I know I can break down, almost feel like I'm going to cry at the fact that I didn't get a package to the post office, or it's not even a big deal. It's just, it all adds up.
Yeah, no, it sure does. And I know what you mean. You can kind of snap or and lose it or whatever you say. And then you go, oh, there's something amiss here.
Yeah. It's like that. My reaction didn't match what the situation was.
Right.
Yeah. And then you go, oh, there's something else going on. Let's figure out what that is.
Yeah. In today's busy world, it's easy to do. So tired versus depleted. Let's talk about that. Tiredness usually has a solution like sleep, a slow day, or a walk.
Or maybe some bed rot.
There's some bed
man,
rot.
we love a bed rot day.
That's right.
We had one
that's right.
recently. I digress, but we had one recently, and it was much needed.
That's right. And speaking too, I'm in a bout of insomnia right now. So it's like, yeah, this is the tired is you got to work on it. Now depleted is a little bit different. It's like something hanging over you. We both felt that way before. When we looked back, it usually wasn't because of workload. It was because of avoidance. A lot collecting on the old mind. Avoiding a decision, and we call that decision fatigue. Avoiding a boundary. That's boundary fatigue. Well, no, maybe not.
No, it's just not holding your boundaries.
Not holding your boundaries, yeah. avoiding an honest conversation. Um, and avoidance, comes at a cost.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It's you're putting off the inevitable. And then, sometimes when you have all these things, the tasks or the unfinished things that we've talked about before, they're not even that big of a deal. And then when you get them done, you're like, why was I putting that off? Or why was I putting off talking to that person about that? It really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's like we have, our brains are almost made to, I don't know if they're made to make a bigger deal. I know that they're there to protect us. Like they think that our brain thinks that it's saving us from catastrophe. But sometimes I think it catastrophizes.
Yeah, I think you had it right the first time.
Catastrophizes.
Yeah, something like
Whatever.
Well, now we're getting a little confused.
It really makes a bigger deal out of things sometimes, and as my therapist says, your anxiety is lying to you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the relief of closing those loops.
Mm-hmm.
So these are some of the things that may surprise you. The biggest boost in energy doesn't come from adding something new, a new project. It came from finishing something old, making that call, just going ahead and doing it, sending the text, saying no, telling somebody you don't want to do something, or taking something off of your calendar. You're not going to do it. Just choosing, just going ahead and doing it. So making a clear decision immediately frees up space in your mind, and you can feel it physically.
Yeah.
When you take care of that,
Yeah, it's a little boost, Yeah. So before you add, remove. Spring often makes us want to start something new. So before you start something, maybe close something else. Before you build a new routine, ask yourself, what is quietly draining me right now?
Yeah. So a lot of time we talked about the spring glow up, and you don't need a spring glow up. A lot of new projects and new things and there is new growth and things like that in the spring, but the spring can also be clearing out and closing those loops. So not in a dramatic way, just an honest way. So usually the answer is something small and fixable,
Yeah, yeah. And it's an essential part of a growth mindset is getting rid of some stuff. Yeah.
Man, we did that recently with physical stuff again. Of course, we talked about at the beginning of the episode that we're downsizing again. And you wouldn't think that we'd had really a lot of stuff to get rid of, but we had a truckload.
We did, and it was a little boost. And for some reason, a lot of things felt right that time to get rid of that hadn't felt right before.
Yeah.
And that felt kind of good. It was like, I thought I'm evolving.
Well, not only that, but we were able to let go of a lot of pet things that we hadn't, and we donated to a local shelter.
Yeah.
Which makes us feel really good.
Yeah.
But those were things that we were sort of holding on to. You had things that you didn't want to let go of, and then you finally were like, I think I'm going to let go of this. I was the same way with the pet stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't, a lot of it was Betty's and Echo's, and I just didn't want to let go of it. And then I felt so good and free doing it.
Yeah.
So it was like not adding anything. It was actually letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And we felt really good about that.
Yeah, no, I think we did. So what you need is a real life check-in. And we've started asking each other this, is this really a lot, or is it just something unresolved? And asking that question has kept us from thinking we're overwhelmed when we really just need a little bit of clarity, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Energy leaks aren't obvious. They often, seem boring, not that big of a deal. But fixing them feels really powerful.
It is obvious, an energy leech.
Oof. I wonder if it hurts.
What do you think?
It does.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
That's right. If this episode resonated with you, or you know someone who might need to hear it, feel free to share it along. That truly means a lot to us.
You can also support the podcast by leaving a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening on. It helps more than you probably realize.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future episodes. You can always find us, the show notes, and the brands that support the podcast at warneradventures.com.
Until next time, here's to the small adventures, the hard ones, and everything in between.
Bye-bye.